This is problem 46 from page 807 in your textbook. It's the math appendix. It's a depreciation problem. And depreciation is what we learned when we studied the cost approach to determining value. Remember, the cost approach is for unique properties like schools, churches, government buildings. There are no communities full of old schools that you can pick comparable sold properties from to determine value. So the cost approach says you have to set aside the value of the land, determine the cost to build it new, and then depreciate the cost to build the property new to make up for and account for its age. The property looks like it's 20 years old. It's actually 35 years old, but it's been maintained well. A library or similar government building should have a useful life of 40 years. This one is 35 years old, so it only has about 5 years left on its expected useful life. The cost of a brand new library with similar features is approximately $750,000. The library's site with improvements has an approximate value of $73,000. That means the land value is $73,000. So what's the approximate value of the library? Well, we're going to use that $750,000 new build price and depreciate it. So we need to know how much to depreciate it by. And we do that by using this T formula. The relationship of depreciation is the effective age divided by the useful life. And that equals the percentage of depreciation. The effective age is 20 years old. The useful life is 40 years. And if we do that calculation, 20 divided by 40, that gives us a depreciation percentage of 50%. So how much was it to build it new? $750,000. $750,000 times 50% depreciation means that it is worth $375,000. The land value is $73,000. And since this property doesn't float in midair, we need to add the value of the land to the depreciated value of $375,000. And adding those things together gives us $448,000 as the approximate value of the library. This is problem 31 from page 806 in your textbook. A tract of land measures 1.25 acres. The lot is 150 feet deep. How much will the lot sell for at $65 per front foot? So we need to figure out what the amount of front feet is. We know one dimension, the depth, is 150 feet. And we know the area of the land is 1.25 acres. Front feet, remember, is the dimension at the road. The road frontage is the front feet. So let's turn this 1.25 acres into square feet. To do that, we multiply 1.25 acres by how many feet are in 1 acre? 43,560. Don't forget the 4 little old ladies going 35 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. When we multiply 1.25 acres times 43,560 square feet, that gives us 54,450 square feet. That's the area of this lot. Well, now that we know the area of the lot in square footage, we can just divide that by the dimension of depth. So divide 54,450 square feet by 150 feet. And that will give us the front footage. So our front footage is 363 feet. Now that we know the front footage of 363 feet, and we know that the lot will sell for $65 per front foot, we can just multiply those together. And 363 times 65 is $23,595. That's how much the lot should sell for. This next problem is from page 806, and it's number 33. It's asking, what is the monthly PITI payment? Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So let's read it. A house is being bought for a purchase price of $200,000 with an 80% loan-to-value ratio. So the loan amount is 80% of the purchase price. $200,000 purchase price times 80% is a loan amount of $160,000. The term of the loan is 30 years at a 5% rate of interest, and it will take a loan factor of 5.37 to amortize the loan. What does that mean? It means for every $1,000 you borrow, your monthly principal and interest payment would be $5.37. So let's fill out our T formula. The loan amount of $160,000. So let's fill out our T formula. We have our loan factor on the bottom. We have our loan amount also on the bottom and divided by 1,000. So $160,000 loan amount divided by 1,000 is $160. We multiply that by the factor of 5.37, and that gives us a monthly principal and interest payment of $859.20. And that goes down here, lower left. Principal and interest, $859.20. So what's next? We need to find the monthly taxes. Well, if we know the annual taxes, which we do, there's $3,600 a year. Now we can calculate the monthly taxes. $3,600 a year divided by how many months are in a year? 12 means taxes are $300 a month. Then finally, we have our annual insurance premium, and that is $1,200 per year. $1,200 per year divided by 12 months in a year means a monthly insurance portion of the payment of $100. Now let's add the $859 and the $400 total for taxes and insurance, and that gives us a total monthly principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payment of $1,259.20. And there it is, answer choice B. This is problem 41 from page 807. The seller received a $121,600 check at closing after paying a 7% brokerage commission. They also paid $135,700 for their loan payoff, a $31,000 amount for other closing costs, and they netted $121,600. So let's add these up here at the bottom. These three figures in dollar amounts are what we add up first. 121,600, 31,000, and 131,700. They add up to $288,000 and $300. They add up to $288,300. That is the amount the seller has left over after they pay your 7% commission. So now let's figure out how to factor in and add that 7%. Think about it as a split between you and the seller. The total sales price is 100%. It's sold for 100% of the sale price. Your commission was 7% of the sale price. That means the seller is left with 93% of the sales price. So the seller's portion is 93%, while your portion is 7%. So let's rewrite this statement here at the bottom this way. $288,300 is 93% of what sales price? Replace the word is with the division symbol, and then just divide 288.3 by 93%. That gives us a sale price of $310,000. That means if it sells for $310,000, the seller pays you 7% of that, and the money that's left over is $288,300, which is exactly enough to pay the seller's expenses and leave them with the $121,600 that they wanted to net. So why do we have to do it that way? Because most students make the mistake of getting to the $288,300 total and then trying to take 7% of that number. The problem with doing it that way is you cheat yourself out of commission. Let's look at it. What is 7% of $288,300? That's a commission of $20,181. What's a 7% commission of $310,000? 310,000 times 7% is $21,700. What's the difference in those two commissions? If you take 7% of $288,300 instead of 7% of $310,000, you cost yourself $1,519. You don't agree to get paid commission on the net number. You want to get paid commission on the sales price. This is problem 47 from page 807. If you purchase a lot that is 125 feet by 150 feet for $6,468.75, what price did you pay per front foot? We're worried about the front footage, not the square footage or the acreage. Remember, front footage is the street side, and it's also the first number you will get in lot dimensions. So, what price did you pay per front foot? Well, you paid $64.6875 per 125 feet. So let's do that math. Divide $64.6875 by 125 feet, and that gives us $51.75 per front foot. Answer choice C. What if the test question had asked, what price did you pay per acre? Not front feet, but per acre. Let's answer that question. So the price you paid per acre. Well, how many acres is this lot? We multiply the front footage of 125 times the depth of 150, and that gives us square footage of the lot, 18,750 square feet. 18,750 square feet divided by the number of square feet in an acre, 43,560, gives us the lot size in acres, which is 0.43 acres. So we paid $6,468.75 per 0.43 acres. So divide 6468.75 divided by 0.43 gives us the price per acre of $15,043. This is problem number 48 on page 807. A buyer is granted a 90% loan for $340,500. How much will the monthly principal and interest payment be? Using a loan payment factor of $7.16 per $1,000 of the loan. Step 1, calculate the loan amount. 90% of $340,500 is $306,450. That's our loan amount. Now that we know our loan amount, we plug it into the formula. $306,450 on the bottom, divided by 1,000, and that resulting number times the loan factor of 7.16. Plug that into our machine here. That gives us a monthly principal and interest of $21.94.18. That's answer choice A. This is number 32 on page 806. If a 6.5% full brokerage commission was $5,200, what was the sales price of the house? Well, let's put our dollars of commission earned on top, divide it by the percent of the commission rate, 6.5%. And that gives us a sales price of $80,000. Answer choice